Hi everybody, welcome back. I know it's been a little bit since I've posted a video, but I've been working on this Eduard Nieuport NI-17. It's a 1/48th scale World War I biplane, and I just finished it up the other day, so I thought I'd show it to you and let you know some of the issues I had with it, and just kind of go over it a little bit. So, first of all, this is the profile pack, so it's got a little extra in it. Photo etch, little extra details, things like that. And I will point out that some of the photo etch that's on this kit is ridiculous. Incredibly small pieces that do not have very good, what should I say? Not enough square footage on the pieces to make them adhere properly, and I'll show you what I mean in a minute. So here's the kit. Comes with all of these markings, so you can do all these different types of planes, and this is the one I did. Just a couple of top views, the different ones available. There's that. And here is the plane itself. Let's zoom in a little bit. There you go. The kit itself, for the most part, went together pretty well. And like I said before, there were a couple of issues with some of the photo etch. I did not do any of the rigging on this, and I'll explain why. I just did not have access to something that was thin enough for 1/48th scale. Some of the stuff that I currently have is more for 1/32nd, and it looked extremely large against the airplane, so I just didn't do it. And I took my time with this build. It took me about 3 weeks on and off to kind of get it all done, but it's finished. And now let me just go over, I'll bring it up a little bit closer so you can see it. I'll go over some of the problems I had with it, and most of it was probably just because I'm a sucky model builder, and yeah, live and learn, right? So let's start with the engine. The engine detail actually went together really well. Unfortunately, you can't see the photo etch. They actually put a piece of photo etch behind it that then covers the top of the piston, and you can't see any of it. I did weather up the radial engine a little bit. There's the gun, the propeller, a couple of things that I ended up having issues with were the landing gear. The first couple of tries, they would not stay on at all. Eventually I did get them to go on. I ended up having to use Gorilla Glue to get them to stay. You'll notice here there's a tear in this decal. When I attempted to put it on, you'll notice that it wraps around. It does not meet up at the bottom because it wasn't long enough, and I had a difficult time trying to center it so that there was an equal amount on either side. You'll notice also I did not put the rigging points in here for the rudder and the stabilizers, mostly because, oops, let me get it in the shot here. Mostly because up in here, the way this top one comes up, it comes up through the bottom and connects to a point on the tail over here. But there's no place to, well, or at least I didn't notice it. There's no place to drill out a spot here for that, and the instructions didn't say to do any of that. So I kind of missed that while I was trying to put it together. Decal wise, for the rudder itself, the decal was actually too large. Oops, get in the shot, Victor. The decal itself was actually too large for the rudder. And you'll see I attempted to try to get it to fold over and trim it down. That didn't quite work as well. Now that it's a little bit more dry, it might be a little bit better. I could probably go back and try to do that now. So that was one of the issues I had with this. Again, more than likely it's just because I'm not very good at this and I'm still learning. You'll see over here there were some issues with the glue reacting to the rudder, and you can see where it's the decal's larger than the rudder itself. You almost can't even see the interior in this. I did paint it when I did do all the detail work on it, but you can't see any of it. Another portion of the wings. I did a little bit of weathering on it, not a whole lot. I didn't want to go crazy. But overall, it went together quickly. I did take my time. So it did take a little bit longer than I probably could have, but I didn't want to rush. So there you go. There it is. Again, just some of the issues. The landing gear kept popping off. Didn't do the rigging because I didn't have the right size thread for it. Excuse me. And then the decals were a little bit of a problem on the fuselage and on the rudder. Oh, and so there were supposed to be on the back here, and then down on the lower part of the rudder and on the opposite side of the stabilizers, one on each side, top and bottom, photo etch parts for the push rods to connect to that came out of the fuselage. Well, those things were so tiny, they did not, as much as I attempted to glue them, there was just almost no surface area for the glue to adhere between the plastic and the photo etch. And they popped off so many times after putting them on. I just got tired of it, so I got rid of them. So that's why they're not there. But other than that, I do have some more of these Eduard kits to do. I have like a Spad 13. I think I have an Albatross D5 I'm going to do. I think I have a couple of more. I can't remember what they all are, but so enjoyable. It is their profile pack, so it does have a little bit more extras in it, things like that, but you get several different versions of this plane in it for different nationalities and things like that. So there's that. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to work on. Actually, I'm going to show you this first. I picked this up the other day. It's called a grab-it stick. And I don't know if anybody else uses it, but I've been using like a little bit of blue tack on the end of a toothpick to put things in place, hold stuff. This doesn't leave any residue on the part. And it's a little sticky, breaks off like a match would from, you know, an old matchbook, and use this to essentially hold something in place or to place something on it, and it releases pretty easily. I saw this at a store in downtown Portland, so I picked it up. So it's called a grab-it stick. Thought maybe some of you out there would like to see that. This is the store that I got it from. There's a Japanese import store in downtown Portland, so that's where I got this from. So there's that. Next project. Next project is the Tamiya Alpine A110 1600 SC. So I started working on this. I've gotten some of the pieces painted and we got the engine together, stuff like that. And hopefully in another week or so, I can probably have this done and ready to show. But that's really all I have right now, folks. I hope everybody is doing well. I took this week off from work, so I'm kind of enjoying not being there and resting, relaxing a little bit, and trying to get some painting done, some reading done, hanging out with my family, doing some fun things. And also, I'll throw up at the end of the video. I went to a car show this past weekend, so I'll throw up some photos of the cars that we saw there. And yeah, I hope everybody's doing well. I'd like to thank all my new subscribers that I've picked up over the last few weeks. Thank you very much. And again, to all my long-term subscribers, thank you very much for being here and supporting my channel. And I do hope everybody is doing well. And I will talk to you all real soon. Bye for now.